Good morning, everybody out in YouTube world. How are you today? Today is Tuesday, July 5th, and it's my niece's birthday. Happy birthday, Samantha. And I am going to show you a pretty cool tutorial on changing up a very plain, boring pen, just like so, into a sparkly gold masterpiece. Yes, it's the same pen in this very pretty, so beautiful now. It's awesome. So you're going to go from boring to bang. So I'm going to show you, we're going to jump right into it. So what I'm going to obviously be using for this tutorial is this little pen. I got these at the dollar store, and they're Studio Gel pens. I'm also going to be using a paintbrush. It's just a scrap piece of paper, and you can use, I either use gold Martha Stewart metallic multi-surface gold paint, which is right here. This stuff sticks. Or I might use this permanent quick dry pen. So this one's not meant to be used for like painting, but I'm going to break the rules and do what I want because there's really no rules. So I'm going to show you. So there's pros to this is that it actually sticks really well, but the cons are that it takes a lot of layers to get your piece done. This is pretty good on usually even the first layer, but the cons are that it's not really meant for painting. So yeah, I honestly like this method better. You could also buy some liquid gold, and that's almost like this, just in a jar, which I have plans to purchase. But for now, we're going to do it like this. So I'm going to shake up your pen. This is a Pen Touch Sakura Pen Touch, and it's usually used for like anything really. Like it's got a fine tip and you have to keep them horizontal because otherwise the liquid inside will, I think it will clump. So it's not, you're not supposed to like over pump it. I'm going to just lightly, a couple times, press it down here on the scrap paper to get like a blob of gold, and then I'm going to paint it on with my paintbrush. So I'm using a old paintbrush because if you use the gold stuff, it doesn't really come out very well. So this one's on its way out anyway. But first, before we do that, we're going to take apart this pen. So this pen in particular, if you're buying these, so all the parts that are black, we're going to paint gold. So I'm going to pop off this. Oh, see, that didn't happen before. Oopsie. Gotta start again. Shh. It's live, people. Okay. So we're going to pop off the cap, pop off this little handle part here, which does come off. So there, see, just like this. I think I pushed too hard. So this piece, I'm just set the cap part aside. Then we're going to slide off the rubber grip, just like that. We have this, and we're going to take off the metal piece and the ink, and then we're going to pop off the bottom piece. Who knew all these pieces actually popped right off? So that's just left with the gold tube, which holds the pen and the ink. So we're going to paint. We're painting the bottom, the pen cap, hook thingy, and the grip. So here we go. So I'm just going to put this down here a bit so you can see. Yes, I'm wearing all black today. No, I'm not going to a funeral. Okay, so see how I just did it once and this little bunch of big piece just actually already came out. So I'm going to take my grip and we're going to paint. See, it's coming perfect. It's like coming on, and with the paint you would see like lines and it would be streaky. So that's why you would need more than one layer. But with this stuff is really good to go on right away. Another con is that this stuff is this pen can be expensive, so if you're doing this, using it for this purpose all the time, you're gonna use more money than buying the thing of paint. But like I said, the liquid gold comes in a jar, and it would be more affordable, cost efficient. Is that the word I'm looking for? Cost efficient to use than this. So I got all these little holes in here. I'm going to just use my pen. I love this gold pen. It's funny how a trend can come in and it just like takes off. Like gold is so popular right now, and it seems like it has been for a bit, and I'm always one to like follow trends later, I find, but I really like the whole gold look. Gold and like peacock blue. It's like one of my favorite combinations these days for some reason. So this stuff, it doesn't really take very long to do either. To dry, sorry, I should say. I'm just going to set that over here and let it just dry. So it is on my fingers, but it does come off very well. So no need to worry about that. Now I'm going to yeah, I didn't see, and I'm not over pumping. I pressed it down, although I have used this for that purpose. So it is flowing a lot easier. See, that is just one layer, so you can see that, and it's already like, no streaks. I'm gonna put it down, and I'm gonna come back and paint the bottom of it once the top of it dries, because if I do it now, I'm gonna get gold all over my fingers. Same with this. I'm gonna paint this part first, and you don't have to use gold. I mean, you can use any color you want, really. It's your pen, like so. One more thing I did forget that we're going to use is actually clay, and I'll tell you why in 1 second. I'm going to put that down so that the bottom piece can dry. I'm going to put this on while I'm getting the clay. Okay, so we got the clay out. The clay is for the hole in the pen. So I'm going to simply stick the pen through here, get a dab of clay, press it in there, and it still will write, so there's no need to worry about that. So this is preventing what we're going to do for the gold in the pen, if you haven't already guessed, is we're putting glitter in here. So this clay is preventing glitter to get up the pen, the tube, and then possibly, you know, preventing it from working for as long as it should. So I've got my plate of glitter right here, and I'm just like grabbing some, putting it in there, shaking it around, and putting that in there, and keep doing that till you get as much as you want in there. I like to fill it because I don't want any gap. I don't want any spaces. And so like this. And there. So that's full of glitter. And when I put the bottom piece back in, which actually, oh, got some glitter on there. See, so it still does work. They're actually really nice pens. I have a thing about pens where I'm like, oh, it doesn't feel very good in my hand. Don't like how it writes, so I don't use it. I'll buy one and I'll be like, oh yeah, I think I'll like that. And then it'll be like, no, I'm not feeling it. So then I don't use it. Something in the weight of the pen or the way that it writes. So anyway, back to the bottom here. So it does dry really fast. So that's already dry from when I painted the top of that little plug, let's say, the bottom piece. And so I'll put that aside to just finish. I'm going to move on to finishing the pen cap. Okay, so let's see. This is pretty dry. I'm going to just flip it over to finish painting this part. But with the amount of actual ink you're using out of this pen, really, I mean, it's not that much money that you're spending on doing this. Like, you're painting this piece, you're painting the plug piece, and you're painting the grip piece, and that's really not much. So it is not a horrible option to use this method. And I mean, the pen still works fine, even though, you know, it says not over pumping, which I don't believe I am over pumping. I'm pumping the pen like I would if I was going to use it in a way that it's supposed to be used. So it's pretty good. It's like almost ready. So let's just whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Just, you know, use that. But I usually like to, like, a little tip if you like to draw and design and do your own designs and patterns and stuff. I like to typically use a piece of white cardstock under stuff that I'm painting or doing these kinds of things, because then, depending on when I'm actually finished using it, it's got like a cool design on it that I was the one who actually did it, like not even trying really, and then, you know, you can use it to, like, you know, punch out shapes, or you can like stamp on it or what have you, and it ends up being pretty cool. So that's just a little friendly tip I like to share. Okay, so I'm going to put the plastic cap back on here because that has not been painted. I'm going to pick up this bottom here and try to put it in there without wrecking it. And I'm going, if I've got any little spaces that need to touch up, I'll just do that right now. Ooh. The amount of ink in these pens is really kind of amazing, like how much there actually is in these things. They just last and last, and there's silver ones and white ones. And those are the only ones that I've seen, but I like the gold. And so I'm just touching up here at the bottom. Oop, big blob. I'm gonna get my paintbrush because that is a big blob. Big blob. Big blob. There we go. Okay, and it says it's got, how much does it say it holds in here? Does it say? It says 0.7 millimeter extra fine point, gold, quick dry permanent. I don't see where it says how much is actually in the pen, but I've had it for quite a while, so there is a lot in there. I can tell you that much. So just checking here, see if I can get this back in there without doing too much damage. There we go. And again, I'm going to touch that up with my paintbrush and this a little bit. The nib. And going to do this. Okay. And then all I have to do is put the grip back on. So actually, I should take that off. Put that there for a second. Oops. Put my grip back on here. I got my grip, getter grip. Slide it back on here. Do a little final touch up. And I mean, I can technically probably leave all this stuff on here to do it, but I don't want to chance getting the plastic barrel of the pen colored in gold because I don't want it to be gold. So I take all the pieces off, which is perfect. Then you'll put them all back on. And like I said, it takes not very long to dry, so, and there you have it. I'm putting this back up here. Hello again. So here we have one very pretty sparkly gold pen, which used to look like this, and now it looks like this, which I prefer. So I'm going to put this back on here, and there we have it. An awesome pen. Makes writing that much better. If I say so, yes. And yeah, there you go. That's what our tutorial was today. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little video. And as always, I hope that you're happy and healthy and safe wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And I will talk to you very soon in the next episode. And if you like this video, please click the thumbs up button. And if you have any comments or questions, write them down below. And otherwise, you can find all my contact information, my social media outlets down there, and that's it. So thanks again and have a great day. Ciao!